Good morning, friends. Jai Hind. Let me introduce myself. I am Captain Sanjay Gahlot. I served in Indian Revenue Service from 1991 to 2021. Friends, today's lecture is basically about how I cleared UPSC in my first attempt in 1991 after 7 years of academic gap, and what today's aspirants can learn from the journey. I served in the Indian Army and later cleared UPSC, Civil Services Examination in 1991, as I told you, in my first attempt after a long academic gap, and then served the nation for more than 30 years in the Indian Revenue Service, including as Principal Commissioner of Customs. Friends, today I'm not here to impress you with my journey. I'm here to tell you one simple truth. UPSC is difficult, but it's not impossible. It is not conquered by panic. It's not conquered by shortcuts. It's not conquered by collecting hundreds of books, PDFs, and courses. UPSC is conquered by the following things: clarity, discipline, revision, practice, and inner courage. And this is the message of my today's lecture, which is the first lecture in the free mentorship program which I have started. Let me remind you of the military dictum by which we trained and we lived during our military training. One who dares wins. जो हिम्मत करता है, जो साहस करता है, वही जीतता है. Friends, many of you watching this video with different emotions. Some of you are beginners, some of you have already given 1 or 2 attempts, and some of you are from Hindi medium, Hindi माध्यम से हैं आप. Some of you are from English medium, and some of you are studying with college, some of you are doing jobs, some are preparing from villages, small towns, rented rooms, hostels, libraries, or even from difficult family circumstances. Some of you may be thinking, sir, can I really clear UPSC? Others may feel, sir, my background is weak, my English is weak, I have gap in studies like you have, I'm not from famous college, I cannot afford expensive coaching, my family is depending on me and I'm scared. Today I want to directly speak to that fear. Fear is natural, my friends. Confusion is natural and pressure is natural. But fear should not become your master. This is what I want to tell you. Fear should not become an overall controlling factor. Fear should become your signal that what you need is structure and not panic. When I began my own UPSC journey, I did not have the luxury of endless time. I did not have today's digital resources, and I did not have hundreds of online lectures. I had one powerful advantage: discipline. And discipline, my dear aspirants, can defeat many disadvantages. As Jim Rohn famously said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. Friends, let me briefly share my own journey. Before entering the civil services, I served in the army, as I told you. And army teaches you certain things very early. The first thing which army teaches you is Time matters. Preparation matters. Physical stamina matters. Mental toughness matters. Team spirit matters. And above all, mission matters. In the army, you cannot say, I was not in the mood today. And you can say, I'll do it tomorrow. You cannot say, let me first get motivated. You act because your duty demands action. My approach to the UPSC. When I appeared for the civil service examination in 1991, I was not coming from a perfectly academic flow. I had a 7 years gap in my studies. I did my MA in 1983 and then I appeared in UPSC prelims for the first time in 1990. Many people would have considered that as a disadvantage, and may have said it's too late. I also thought about it in those terms, and others may have said, well, the competition is too tough. This thought came to my mind as well. But I had learned one lesson in my life from the military life I led. A mission is not abundant because it is difficult. A mission is planned, practiced, and executed. So I treated UPSC not as a dream only, but as a mission. A dream without discipline remains imagination. A dream with discipline becomes a plan. A plan with daily execution becomes success. That was my approach. Friends, I cleared UPSC in my first attempt in 1991, and I was, not because I was extraordinary, but because I respected the exam, respected the time, and respected the consistency. Let me explode some biggest myths about UPSC. The biggest myth about UPSC is this: only extraordinary students clear UPSC. No. UPSC is not only for toppers from famous institutions. I want to tell you, UPSC is not only for the English medium students. UPSC is not for people from big cities, and also UPSC is not only for those who can carry on studying for 14 hours a day. So what is UPSC for? UPSC rewards those who develop the correct combination of the following things: conceptual clarity, syllabus understanding, previous year question analysis, limited resources, regular revision, answer writing, mock test analysis, mental resilience. Friends, the UPSC examination has 3 major stages, as you know: preliminary, mains, and interview. Prelims basically test your objective understanding through the GS and CSET. The main tests together are descriptive answer writing through 9 papers, including essay and optional. And interview is basically designed to test your personality, balance, awareness, and suitability to the public service. So, from the first day, you must understand one thing: you are not preparing only for the exam. You are preparing to become the public servant. This means your preparation must change your personality. You must become more aware, more balanced, more logical, more compassionate, more disciplined, and more nationally conscious. Friends, what UPSC preparation taught me is following. It taught me 7 very important lessons. Lesson 1: respect the syllabus. Friends, syllabus is your battlefield map, if I may use the military terminology. If you do not know the syllabus, you are likely like a soldier entering the battlefield without knowing the terrain. I would not advise you to make the mistake Abhimanyu made during Mahabharata. Entering the Chakravyuh, he knew how to break the Chakravyuh and get inside, but he didn't know how to come out of it. Okay? Therefore, many aspirants begin by buying books. That is not the first step, I must tell you. The first step is read the syllabus. Understand the syllabus, print the syllabus. Keep it on your table and read it again and again. Every book, every newspaper article, every class, every note must be connected to the syllabus. Please remember this. It is not connected. If it is not connected to the syllabus, it may be interesting, but it may not be useful to you. Secondly, you must analyze the previous year's questions. Now, it's not optional, you have to do it. The previous year questions, or PYQ as you call them, are not merely practice questions. They are the mind of the UPSC. They tell you what UPSC asks, how UPSC is framing questions, which areas are repeated, how the static and current affairs are connected, what level of depth is required. Friends, for prelims, at least 10 years PYQs of previous year's questions should be studied seriously and not casually. The basic UPSC roadmap is also about emphasizing PYQ practices and not mock test analysis as central elements of the prelims preparation. For mains, the previous year's questions will tell you the demand of the question. That is, many students write what they know, but UPSC gives marks for writing what is asked. The difference is very important. आप क्या जानते हैं आप वो लिख देते हैं, लेकिन मार्क्स किस बात पे मिलते हैं कि आपसे पूछा क्या गया और आपने क्या लिखा. Every day a new topper video, every day new book list, every day a new PDF, every day a new telegram material. One good book revised 5 times is better than 5 books read once. This is what I want to tell you. Fourth thing I want to tell you is that revision is not a formality. Revision is a balance of, or I would say the backbone of the UPSC preparation. You may understand a topic today, but in the exam, when you enter the exam hall, and I can tell you from my own experience, you need to recall. Recalls comes from revision. Your preparation should include at least 3-4 revision cycles. The 12-month preparation framework is also emphasizing regular revision cycles. We'll talk about it. Limited, trusted resources, current affairs consistency, and test logs and error journals. Without revision, friends, knowledge becomes scattered, and with revision, knowledge becomes usable. The fifth factor I would like to lay emphasis upon is practice creates confidence. Many aspirants say, sir, I know the topic but I cannot write. I think आप में से बहुत से लोग इस बात से इत्तेफाक रखते होंगे, ऐसा महसूस करते होंगे, सर पता तो है लेकिन लिख नहीं पा रहे उसके बारे में. क्यों? Why? Because knowing and writing are two different skills. For mains, answer writing must be practiced You must start small. One answer a day, then 3 answers, then timed practice, and then full length tests. The main strategy must begin with your PYQs, regular answer writing, and essay practice with a clear introduction, body, and conclusions structure. Okay. The 6th point I want to lay emphasis upon is that current affairs must be issue based. So what do I mean by that? UPSC does not ask current affairs like news quiz. आपसे जैसे क्विज होती है उस तरीके के न्यूज़ क्विज यूपीएससी कभी नहीं पूछती है. यूपीएससी एक्सपेक्ट्स यू टू अंडरस्टैंड द इशू. सो आस्क योरसेल्फ, अपने आप से पूछे आप, व्हाई डिड इट हैपन, हु आर द स्टेक होल्डर्स, व्हाट इज द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एंगल, व्हाट इज द इकोनॉमिक इम्पैक्ट, what is the social dimension, what is the environmental concern, what is the international relevance, and what is the way forward. Now this is what I call 360-degree approach. A comprehensive current affairs analysis should identify the issues, it should identify stakeholders, background, political, economic, social, environmental, international, legal and constitutional dimensions, and then conclude with a way forward. This should be your structure. Okay. The 7th factor, friends, is mental strength. Now this is part of the preparation. The UPSC is not only an intellectual examination, it is also a test of patience. Now let me explain that. You will face the low days, no doubt about it. You will also face self-doubt. You will face competition, comparison. You will face distraction. You will face family pressure. And some of you may face financial pressure. And a large number of you may face loneliness. But you must remember, a bad day does not mean a bad destiny. Now, stress is natural in this journey, and the correct approach is to acknowledge stress, build a support system, maintain a physical health, take breaks, limit distractions, and seek professional help if stress becomes overwhelming. Please pay attention to the last line. I would recommend an 11-month discipline framework, friends. When I prepared, I treated my everyday like a disciplined training day. Now, let me share a simple version of what I believe every aspirant must follow. Number 1, fixed waking time. समय पर उठें आप. Do not begin the day randomly. Your mind needs rhythm. Wake up at a fixed time. Sleep at a fixed time. Keep your body stable. A tired body, because a tired body creates a confused mind. Secondly, daily targets, not vague intentions. Okay. Never say today I will study polity. So what should you say? Today I will complete fundamental rights from Lakshmikant, revise previous notes, and solve 25 PYQs or MCQs. Now this is the real target. Third, study in blocks. Study in focused blocks. For example, 2 hours static subject, 1 hour current affairs, 1 hour CSET or answer writing, and 1 hour revision. Now the basic daily routine of UPSC can include static GS, it can include current affairs, it can include CSET and revision in clearly defined slots. Fourth, weekly review, my friends, is very important. Every Sunday, review yourself. What did I complete? What remains pending? Which topics are weak? Which mistakes repeated in the tests? And what should be the what should be corrected next week? Okay, so with review, a timetable becomes a kind of a decoration. Okay. My fifth advice is test yourself regularly. You do not rise to the level of your hopes, you fall to the level of your practice. Please remember this. So mock tests expose your weaknesses. Analysis converts weakness into improvements. A test without analysis is, I would describe it as half preparation. Let me give a specific advice to the beginners. What should the beginners do? I want to speak specifically to the beginners. Do not panic by looking at the size of the syllabus. Friends, it's very important. Every senior aspirant was once a beginner. And your first task is not to master everything in 1 month. Your first task is to build foundation. A beginner should move in the following order. Step 1. Understand the exam. No prelims, no mains, no interview, no your GS papers, no optional subject, no qualifying language papers, and no CSAT. Number 2. Read the NCERT. Why? NCERTs are not childish books. They are foundational books. They build basic concepts in history, geography, polity, economy, society, and science. Number 3. Move to the standard books. Friends, this is very important. After NCERT, move to standard books. For example, polity, everybody knows Lakshmikant. Modern history, Spectrum. Geography, NCERT plus GC Leong. I stand corrected. Economy, one standard source. Environment, one standard source. Current affairs, newspapers plus monthly consolidation. There are various magazines, online publications also. Therefore, the roadmap recommends limited standard resources and warns indirectly against unnecessary overload by focusing on core books, PYQs, mocks, revision, and answer writing. Fourth thing a beginner must do is start the PYQ early. Do not wait for the syllabus completion. PYQs will guide your daily study. We will talk about these things in detail also. Number 5, start current affairs in a disciplined way. Now, read newspapers selectively. Do not read every line. You have to connect what is the news, how it is relevant and connected to the syllabus. For example, a Supreme Court judgment connects polity and governance. A climate report connects the environment and GS3. A welfare scheme connects the GS2 and SA. A conflict between two countries connects the international relations. Current affairs preparation should include daily newspaper reading, weekly review through magazines or deeper analysis, and monthly consolidation for the purpose of revision. I would recommend start answer writing slowly. This is the sixth step. In the beginning, one answer a day is enough. Do not worry if the answer is not up to the mark or if you feel that it is poor. A poor answer written today is better than a perfect answer imagined forever. Let me repeat. A poor answer written today is better than a perfect answer imagined forever. Next point or next stage is what working aspirants and college students should learn. It's a very, very important factor because a lot of you are working and a large number of you are students. This I am saying on the basis of my experience with interaction with students. The usual things the aspirants have told me, sir, I'm working, I'm in a college, I have family responsibilities, sir, I get only 3-4 hours. These questions actually, in my journey of mentorship since 2021, this is what I have experienced because I had the opportunity of conducting the mock interview. I am part of the panel of a very eminent edtech company since 2021 and had the opportunity of interviewing at least, more than 5,000 candidates, a large number of them in first 10 every year. I'm not trying to impress you, okay? I would say in this context that do not compare your timetable with a full-time aspirant. Okay, your strategy has to match your reality. If you have only 3 hours daily, then protect these 3 hours like a soldier protect his post. For working aspirants, I would say morning, one static subject, lunch break, current affairs, notes or a flash revision. Every night or evening PYQs or CSET or answer writing, and Sunday mock test and revision. This is my advice to the working professionals. This is a broad advice. Of course, we'll take it up in detail later on. For college students, I would say use college subjects wherever they overlap. Avoid wasting time in resources collection and use holidays seriously and revise weekly. Okay, and you must remember that it is not only the number of hours, it is the quality, regularity and continuity of your hours. A distracted 10-hour study is weaker than a focused 4-hour study. Your mobile phones can be your library, but they can also be your enemy. Use technology wisely. This is my sincere advice to you. Do not allow reels, random debates and endless topper videos to eat into the time of your preparation. Okay. Let me talk about prelims, means and interview. The correct attitude. The prelim requires accuracy, revision, elimination and calmness. You must know something of everything. Do not treat the preliminary examination as a knowledge competition only. It is also about decision making test, and you must know that with which question to attempt, which question to leave, how to eliminate options, how to control anxiety and how to manage time. Okay, for prelims, focus on the static GS, current affairs, CSAT, PYQ, mocks, revision and mock analysis. Okay, the mains attitude should comprise of, it requires expression. You must write clearly, logically and within the word limit. Now this is very important. Your answer should have introduction, body, conclusion, relevant examples, data wherever it is useful, and committee/report where it is relevant, and constitutional provision where it is relevant, diagram, map or flow chart where it is useful, and a balanced way forward. Do not write like politicians. Do not write like activist. Write like a future civil servant. Balanced, constitutional, practical and humane. Okay, a little bit about interview, because I'm giving you a helicopter view of the whole thing. Interview is not a test of artificial perfection, friends. It is a test of personality. Be honest, be calm, be aware of your background, know your detailed application form, know your state, district, graduation subject, optional, hobbies and current issues. Okay? If you do not know something, say respectfully, sir or ma'am, I'm not fully aware of it, but I would like to read more about it. Okay? That's enough. Honesty is better than bluffing. All right. My message to the aspirants facing fear and pressure. I want to speak to those aspirants who are emotionally disturbed. Many of, maybe somebody told you, you cannot do it. You are weak. You are too late. Your English is poor. You are from a small background. You have no money. You have wasted time. You are not capable. Dear aspirants, listen carefully. Your past may explain your starting point. It doesn't decide your destination. This I want to tell you. Your family background may create difficulty, but it doesn't cancel your ability. Your English may be weak today, but it can be rebuilt. Your syllabus may be pending today. It can be completed. Your first box score may be poor, but it can improve. But only one thing is required. Do not abandon yourself. अपने आप को लाचार और मजबूर ना महसूस करें. UPSC needs courage, but courage does not mean absence of fear. Courage means continuing despite fear. Let me repeat, UPSC needs courage, but courage does not mean absence of fear. Courage means continuing despite fear. When I prepared after a gap, I also had to rebuild academic rhythm, but I did not look at the gap as a curse. I treated it as a challenge, frankly. And you must also convert your weakness into a training point, basically. If your basics are weak, then you should start with the NCERT. If your writing is weak, write one answer a day. If your memory is weak, revise more. If your confidence is weak, keep promise to yourself. If your current affairs are weak, follow issue-based analysis. And if your CSET is weak, practice regularly. Every weakness can be solved and resolved with a method. My dear friends, the first lecture, this particular lecture, is not merely about the UPSC journey, it's about your journey. Alright, I cleared UPSC in my first attempt in 1991 after a long academic gap of 7 years because I approached the exam with discipline, clarity and courage. Now today, your circumstances may be different, your resources may be different, the competition may be different, but the fundamentals, my friends, remain the same. What are the fundamentals? Let me repeat. Know the syllabus, respect PYQs, use limited resources, revise repeatedly, practice mocks, write answers, analyze current affairs, take care of your mind and body, stay humble, stay disciplined. Oh, 10 उँगली खत्म हो गई. Stay courageous. Do not prepare in panic. Prepare with purpose and do not run after shortcuts. Build solid foundations. Do not compare your journey with others and compete with your own yesterdays. Remember, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. And my own message to you is, one who dares wins. जो हिम्मत करता है वही जीतता है. If you need guidance, you will have my email address. Ask your questions in specific parts. That is study plan, optional subject, time management, prelims, mains, CSAT, answer writing, current affairs, mental consistency, broadly. The more specific your question is, the more precise I will be able to guide you. I will continue to guide you with honesty, discipline and compassion. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Thank you for your time. I will keep uploading the useful videos of guidance and mentorship on a regular basis on this channel. You can also find me with the same ID on Instagram also. Okay, so let's crack UPSC with clarity, honesty, courage and discipline. Okay, thank you very much. Namaskar and Jai Hind. Meet you soon.